Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now. Fans, buckle up because what's happening right now in the NFL landscape is nothing short of seismic, especially when it comes to the Seattle Seahawks. Rumors and reports are swirling about a blockbuster deal that could reshape the NFC West and give Seattle an even stronger shot at making another deep playoff run, maybe even chasing that elusive Super Bowl victory. And it involves none other than James Cook, the dynamic running back from the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, you heard that right. This potential trade could be a game changer, not just for the Bills and Seahawks, but for the entire NFC picture as we head into the stretch run of the season. Let's take a deep dive into what's being discussed and what it could mean for Seattle. So the word on the street is that the Bills, sitting comfortably at 10-4 with a pretty solid cap situation, about $30 million available for 2026 according to SpotTrack, are looking to make a move. And the player they seem interested in is James Cook. Now, Cook, the 25-year-old elusive back out of Georgia, has been lighting up the field this season with over 312 rushing yards and 11 touchdowns in 2025. His yards per carry sit at an impressive 4.9, and he's also been a reliable target out of the backfield with 45 receptions for 402 yards. His PFF grade of 87. 4 for elusiveness speaks volumes about his ability to make defenders miss, while metrics like YAC per run at 3.4 and broken tackles totaling 35 on NFL.com show just how tough he is to bring down. And let's not forget, Cook has a penchant for explosive runs, 30 of them over 20 yards, including several that have electrified fans and shifted momentum in crucial moments. Cook's career stats are nothing to sneeze at. Over his time in the league, he's accumulated more than 500 rushing yards with 25 touchdowns, earned a Pro Bowl selection in 2024, and despite a quadriceps injury that caused him to miss 2 games, he still averages nearly 94 yards per game with a juke rate of 44%. A testament to his agility and ability to shake defenders. Watching him is like seeing a lightning bolt cut through defenses. He's got that Alvin Kamara vibe from 2017 New Orleans, quick, elusive, and always capable of turning a small hole into a big gain. The Bills' run game, which ranks in the top 8 league-wide at about 132 yards per game, could see an explosive boost with Cook in the backfield, especially as they look to solidify their playoff positioning. But now, that's where it gets even more interesting for Seahawks fans. The buzz is that Seattle, currently sitting at a solid 10-3, is eyeing this opportunity to infuse their run game with a spark that could elevate their entire offense. Their rushing attack has been decent, averaging around 120 yards per game, but adding Cook could push that number well past 150 yards, with a projected increase of about 16% in explosive runs over 20 yards. This isn't just about adding a talented runner. It's about transforming the Seahawks' offense into a more formidable, balanced unit that can strike quickly and control the tempo of the game. And let's talk about the numbers that matter. Cook's yards per carry at 4.9 is higher than Seattle's own Ken Walker III, who's been fantastic but currently averages around 4.3 yards per carry. Bringing Cook into the fold means an additional 550 total rushing yards, along with a projected 17% increase in red zone touchdowns. Plus, his ability to reduce sacks by about 13% would help protect Geno Smith, giving him more time to find his receivers and extend drives. This balancing act on offense could really unlock the Seahawks' potential, especially with the current injuries to key players like Will Disley and others, making Cook's versatility even more valuable. In the absence of a strong tight end presence, Cook's ability to catch out of the backfield and run between the tackles adds layers of unpredictability that defenses will have a hard time matching. Now, what about the defense? Well, adding Cook to the mix gives Seattle a little more breathing room on offense, allowing them to play with greater tempo and keep defenses guessing. It also means the Seahawks can sustain longer drives, keeping their defense fresh and rested, which is crucial as they push toward the playoffs. With a top-4 minute margin in time of possession, the Seahawks can control the clock and wear out opponents. This is exactly the kind of strategic move that could elevate Seattle from a good team to a genuine Super Bowl contender, especially considering the NFC's current landscape, which features some tough competition, but also vulnerabilities that the Seahawks can exploit with the right personnel. Looking at the bigger picture, this potential move isn't just about adding a talented back. It's about creating a more complete, more dangerous Seahawks offense that can adapt to any situation. The NFC title odds have shifted in Seattle's favor recently, moving from plus 400 to plus 210, indicating that Vegas sees the Seahawks as a serious threat, especially if they can bolster their ground game. The cold weather advantage, which the Seahawks have historically leveraged in the playoffs, becomes even more significant with a powerful running game led by someone like Cook. Think about how this could help Seattle dominate in winter conditions, control the clock, and keep opposing offenses off the field. From a strategic standpoint, this move makes a lot of sense for Seattle. It's not just about the present, it's about cementing their status as a perennial powerhouse. When you pair a player like Cook, who can break tackles, gain yards in chunks, and be a true game changer, with the core of the Seahawks offense, you're building a team that's poised to make noise deep into the postseason. The Seahawks' offensive line, which has been solid but could use more explosive plays, would benefit from Cook's vision and burst. The play-action game would become more lethal, as defenses can't just key in on the pass, knowing that Seattle can run with authority at any moment. Of course, all of this hinges on the negotiations and whether the Bills are willing to part with Cook for a second-round pick, which seems to be the initial proposal in these discussions. The Bills are prioritizing their defensive line in this potential trade, but if Seattle can swing it, they'll be getting a player who fits perfectly with their current roster and future plans. It's a bold move, but one that could pay huge dividends, especially as the Seahawks aim to secure that top seed in the NFC. And in a season where every game counts, having a versatile, explosive back like Cook could be the difference between a good playoff run and a Super Bowl appearance. And fans, keep in mind that this isn't just speculation or wishful thinking. The NFL trade deadline is approaching, and teams are always looking to make the moves that put them over the top. Seattle has shown that they're willing to be aggressive when the opportunity arises, and adding Cook could be just that move. Imagine the energy in Lumen Field when Cook takes the field in a Seahawks uniform. Fans would be electrified, knowing that their offense just got a whole lot more dangerous. It's about building a team that can handle the grind, withstand the cold, and punch through the toughest defenses in the league. In the end, this potential trade signifies so much more than just a player swap. It's about the Seahawks positioning themselves for a sustained championship run, about leveraging their current talent and adding that extra piece that could push them into the elite tier of NFL teams. With Geno Smith leading the charge and a revamped ground attack led by Cook, Seattle could become even more unpredictable, more explosive, and more relentless. The NFC West is already competitive, but with this kind of move, the Seahawks could establish a new dominance, leaving their rivals scrambling to keep pace. So, Seahawks fans, stay tuned because this story isn't over yet. Whether or not this trade goes through, the excitement surrounding the team's future is undeniable. The front office has shown they're not afraid to make bold decisions, and the potential addition of James Cook could be just the beginning of a new chapter of Seahawks greatness. Keep your hopes high, your voices loud, and your eyes on the prize. The road to Super Bowl LVII is getting more intense, and the Seahawks are right in the middle of it, ready to make history. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think adding James Cook would take Seattle to the next level? Or do you believe the price is too high? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay locked in for the latest Seahawks news. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and with moves like this on the table, the future looks brighter than ever. Let's keep the faith, keep the fight, and keep believing, because the Seahawks are heading toward greatness, and this could be just the beginning.